Welcome to Wingman 101. I'm going to talk to you guys on the basics of being a good wingman and also go into some advanced stuff. So first and foremost, the best gender for being a wingman is a lady. So technically, wing girls or wing women win out. And this is just generally the truth. I mean, if you walk into the scene with a girl, that's gonna look a lot cooler than a guy. And in fact, the more wing women you have, the better. If you walk into the bar or club or the party with 50 girls, you're gonna look a lot better than 50 guys. I mean, the phrase sausage party is thrown out quite a lot, and it's never a good thing. Sausage fests are never good. So quite honestly, in a lot of very organic and natural ways, wing women will sort of win out. It just shows your social status. It shows that you have connections, that you're good with girls, that you are a relatable person. Now, moving on from that, this isn't always the case. If your wingman has a lot of good game or is just very, very skilled, he can surpass a very bad wing woman or even a decent wing woman. And the reason is because if the girl has no idea what to do or just sucks at doing it or makes things awkward for you, then you're pretty much screwed. But quite honestly, most guys, I would say up to even 80%, are very bad wingmen. Why? Because they're not truly trying to be a wingman for you. They're not going to jump on a grenade and help you with the lady. They're not going to sort of do any of this stuff, maybe preoccupy her friend or start a conversation. Quite honestly, a lot of them are just trying to get it in with this girl as well. In fact, they might even cock block you. They might even sort of take over and then steal the girl from you if they feel like the vibe is stronger or that she's showing interest. And yeah, a lot of these dudes are douchebags. So if you're considering these people to be your friends, you might want to reconsider, because a friend does not do these sort of douchebag stuff. But it does happen, and quite honestly, in the sort of nightlife environment, that is where their true nature sort of shows up. So if you're seeing these signs of douchebaggery, where they're just coming in and sweeping things up, you want to sort of leave and just drop them as a friend. Now, moving on. First, I recommend you watching the other video I made on this technique, this wingman technique. Search it up on my channel. Just search up wingman. But this is something that dudes do a lot. They'll tell their friend, hey, go up to that girl and tell her that I think she's cute. And then he'll do it. Sometimes you'll get a very good friend and he will put his personal attraction aside, or maybe he's not personally attracted to the girl, and he will go up and very objectively tell this girl that. On the other hand, you run the risk of this guy being a complete douche, and that's literally down to your judgment of making friends. But he might only be willing to do this sort of stuff. Maybe he even said the hour before you showed up at the event, hey, let's be wingmen, simply because he is truly trying to find excuses to approach the girl himself. So maybe he's just going in to sort of hit on the girl himself. Hey, my friend's interested in you, but in all honesty, I wanted to approach you myself. And then you see all this sleazy sort of body language when you watch from afar. Now, again, you want to avoid these types of people, and it happens quite a lot. Some dudes are just douchebags, and some dudes are very selfish, and they only think about themselves. Now, moving on from that, let's get into sort of advanced stuff. And this is simply code names and code words. This is fairly common knowledge for the people who are very advanced into this or who have done this a lot, but code words do come up. And essentially, what it is sort of like they're words you say to tell a person something without telling the girl you're in front of. I mean, it's in the definition. So a code word you might say to your girlfriend after a code word you'd say to your wingman after he sort of waved you over, or wing woman. By the way, wing women are so much better. I mean, if you have a hot girl as your wing woman, she will have so much connections, you will be set if she understands the whole thing and she agrees to it, of course. And she understands you're just friends and stuff. But anyhow, one code word that you want to say is, and it can be anything, but you want to come up with something. Maybe sometimes it's simply down to the word pretzel or some inanimate object. Pretzel, napkin, laptop. And basically what this is it's sort of like a code word in order to tell the girl that, yeah, you waved me over to a group that I'm not interested in. Or, quite frankly, in naming terms, thanks for winging me, but this girl's ugly. Or something like that. And then you kind of just leave the scene. And you sort of just slip it into a conversation. So if the word comes up, it's a red flag, and then boom, it's time to bounce. Girls will use this too. Let's say it's a girl set, all girls, and then let's say a guy comes to approach this group of girls. The girls will make up some fake name, like, hey, where's Annie? And here's the thing. No one in their group is named Annie who came to the venue with them. Why are they saying this? Because the guy who approached the group is very creepy or stupid or just annoying and she's not feeling it. So then the other girls will respond, Annie, do you want us to go look for Annie? And then the girl will say, yeah, let's get the fuck out of here. Now, well, she won't say that, but she'll say that's what she's sort of displaying with her body language. Out of her mouth, it'll just be like, yeah, let's go look for this girl, and then they'll bounce. It's pretty obvious if you just look at the body language. On the other hand, this code word goes beyond that. If she says, "Where's Annie?" and then the other girls, realizing that no one came named Annie, will say, do you want us to go look for Annie? And then she might respond in a couple other ways, such as, no, I think I'll look for her on my own. And then if she takes the guy's hand and leaves with him, everyone knows that she likes this guy, she wants to be alone. On the other hand, if she says, responding to the group of girls, can you look for Annie for me? Then the girls can leave, and then they are left with the guy. I mean, there's a lot of other small little options the girls can do, but you get the general idea. I don't feel like elaborating on all of them. And so, back to another keyword or code word that you can use. This is simply for when a guy sort of enters a group of girls. And by the way, you can switch all the genders around, so you don't have to be a girl or a guy to use these sort of things. You can be a girl and have a guy wingman, or you could be a girl and have a girl wingman. But essentially, you approach the group because your wingman or wing girl has already sort of waved you over. From there, you enter the group and you use the code word for which girl you're interested in. Why? Because if your wingman is also trying to talk to the girls and potentially hook up, then he needs to know, so you're not fighting over the same girl and it causes a lot of drama. I mean, bros before HOs. I don't want to say the word, but yeah, that's not how you spell it. HOES. You always have to have good grammar. Anyhow, you want to have a code word for the girl you're interested in once you approach the set, versus your friend. Therefore, both of you guys won't be fighting, and obviously you don't want to make it so obvious, and that's why you need a code word. You can't say, I like this one, or I like that one. Well, technically you can. So, yeah, you technically can. But I guess a lot of guys are just too fearful, so a lot of them end up using this code word. But essentially it's something like, you're the crazy one, or he looks like an angel and she looks like a devil. And basically, it just seems like a very innocent phrase. But what it's saying is that if you're the crazy one, that's the one you're stating to your wingman that you're interested in. Or the angel is the one that you're interested in. And so this really only applies if you are both the same gender or you are interested in the same gender. So if you have a girl wingman and you are a guy, then the girl is probably not going to be going for another girl. So no problems in there, so you don't need a code word for this. But let's say the girl's a lesbian, or maybe you are a guy and you have a guy wingman, and your wingman has now waved you over to a group of friends. Now, I just realized that I kind of skipped over some of the basics, but I just thought it was too basic for you guys. But essentially, I'm going to talk about it now. What does a wingman actually do? Well, obviously, I kind of implied the first way already by discussing this sort of advanced code word stuff. But a wingman can sort of approach the set first and generate a sort of friendly, non-threatening, I'm not hitting on you vibe, and then sort of wave you over. And obviously, if you're a girl, it works a lot better, because as a wing girl, you sort of don't give off any sort of vibe that you are possibly having hidden intentions. Maybe you're secretly wanting to hook up. It's not there because a girl can't really do it, and most girls are not lesbians. And again, that is why gay men can be very good wingmen as well. The problem with gay men is that it's very hard to generate a sort of relationship like that, because the gay dudes might be wanting to try and get with you even if you're straight, and you kind of just have to set your boundaries. Hey dude, I like you as a friend. As a gay man, can you be my wingman so I can approach these girls? And so it's hard to set up that sort of friendly relationship with a gay dude, but if you can do it, potentially better than a straight guy as your wingman. So then he waves you over, you start the conversation, boom, 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 and then the common strategy is for the wing girl to bounce. It's so much easier for a girl. She can just say, oh, I need to go to the bathroom, or oh, I see my friends, see ya, and then she leaves with her drink. And the rest is down to you. So when you approach, sometimes you want to just start the conversation. Other times you want to just invite them to buy a round of drinks just to get things going and flowing. And so you're locked into the set. And yeah, it's down to you to sort of close the deal, pull the trigger from there. And yeah. Now for the other basic methods, in case you don't want to do that. Now, another way of doing it is just, as a wingman, jumping on the grenade. Now, this is a big one. This is also a big proponent of what wingmen are supposed to do, and it's just like almost in pop culture. It's basically the idea that sometimes when you approach a girl, or if for your girl viewers out there, if you're a girl and you're approaching a guy, sometimes their friends are just really, really not into it. They don't like you for whatever reason. Maybe they're superficial and they think you're too obese, and they're just being very, very mean or whatever, and they don't want you to talk to the girl, and so they're trying to, excuse my language, C-block, cock block. And basically, as the wingman, you want to let obviously the guy approaches first, and as the wingman, this time you approach after, later on. So you only approach if you see this sort of C-blocking going on. You immediately go into the set, and it's simply down to distracting or sort of winning over the girl. A lot of people have sort of screwed up intentions, and they're like, the only way to go is to deceive the girl or distract the girl. And that's not always the case. Sometimes it's down to you winning over the girl. So let's say there's a girl C-blocker, and you as the wingman, you just have to come in, or as the wing girl, as always, girls, especially very attractive girls, as your wing partner is just so much better. You come in and then you just sort of win over the girl, or distract her, either one, so that your friend can talk to the girl he approached. And basically you do this by just starting a conversation, using your skills with conversation to keep it going. And this comes back into whether guys or girls are better wingmen. Girls naturally tend to have a much better sort of conversation skill set, and therefore they can sort of do this. Guys, not so much. However, if a guy is very, very skilled because he worked on that, then he can become a better wingman than a girl, because some girls aren't that good at conversations, let's be frank. So quite honestly, you do this to a girl, she's talking, blah 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 blah, and from there she's distracted. Maybe you want to sort of, if you can, change the venue with the girl you're distracting or the guy you're distracting, and therefore you can leave your friend isolated with the girl he wanted to approach, and theoretically, and I say that in quotes, everything goes dandy and smooth. But in real life, it's never that simple. The girl is always sort of antsy, she might want to cling. It really depends on your skill, your intentions, and quite honestly, it's very hard. And sometimes the girls are right. I mean, the dudes are sleazebags, they are douchebags, and that is why they are cock blocking for their friend. Most of the time it's something like, "Anna, let's get out of here, come on, let's go," and then she'll grab her arm and then try and pull her away, or something or other like that. And sometimes they're completely right. I mean, this guy's a douchebag, he has no career, he has no future, he's very slobby, but he's very intimidatingly confident and seemingly good with girls. So it's a very scary dynamic. However, on the other hand, you might get that guy in the club who's upstanding, he's doing well, he has a good salary and all this stuff, and the girl cockblocker is just being superficial and mean because maybe he wears glasses, or he's too nerdy and not muscular enough, and she's just stereotyping. So in those situations, I do feel, being a good wingman is something helpful. And that's all I have to say about that. My voice is getting hoarse. If you want further elaboration or stuff like that, leave a comment or a request. As always, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe for more videos. It's completely free. Just hit the subscribe button down below this YouTube video. And as always, read the description if I typed in anything there for any extra snippets. Leave a comment with your feedback, opinions, and most importantly, advice. If you have any advice for anyone, leave it in the comments, because I'm sure there's a lot of other stuff I forgot to mention, a lot of insights that can benefit me or other people. And make sure you don't make it generic or obvious. I mean, come on guys, people know this stuff already. Make it insightful, unique, and special to you. And as always, a lot of people have different opinions. They might agree or completely disagree. And just as a sort of disclaimer, which I should have said at the beginning of this video, I'm not some sort of player or really any good with girls. It's just something I'm very interested in, and I guess it was something I sort of learned online through my research to become better with girls, which is funny because I hate the bar scene, and I don't think I've actually been to a bar very often at all, if not at all. And so yeah, just as a disclaimer, I'm not some sort of girl expert or anything like that, but it's very interesting, and I guess it's quite unique. So I thought I'd tell you guys about it. And so yeah, I'm kind of stuck there with you. In some ways I'm still kind of very bad with girls. So thank you guys as always, and most importantly, leave your video responses for advice from me and comments for advice from me or requests. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.